But in the USA, in India, in other countries, we have many homeless people, right? So this has something to do with the government policy, right? But we don't have too many people who are homeless in Taiwan, but many people, they cannot afford to buy houses. House. It's very difficult. Of course, they can borrow money from bank, they can get loan, but they have to pay for 20 years and 30 years, right? That's a long time.
Even 40 years.
Yeah, even 40 years, my goodness. So it seems like, whole life we have to work so hard just to buy a house. Oh, so pity, right? This is something wrong with the government policy. So here in the solution, so we have to find out how people can afford to buy houses easier in Taiwan. That means government should change their policy, right? And they should also help people. Maybe government can give some money, and you can give most money, and you can borrow low interest loan from banks. But right now we don't get any help from government when we buy a house, right? We don't get. Do we get any?
No.
No.
The government support the lower interest.
Oh, for the low income.
Yeah, for the youngest.
For younger. Oh, this is the new policy, might be, right?
Yeah.
To encourage young people to buy a house and also to get married.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, we need all kinds of good policies. Otherwise, there will be no children. There will be houses, but their houses will be empty, and people will not like to get married, right? And they will, and if they don't get married, they also won't like to buy houses, But why should they buy?
Yeah.
Right? Because they have to pay for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, right? So it's a lot of pressure. But if the government change policies, then people can start thinking of buying houses and also get married earlier and also have children, right? Now, another problem here in Taiwan is that people don't like to get married.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because they worry about their future, about their money, about their income. If that income is enough to get married and raise children, so they worry, right? And also they also worry about if they can afford to buy a decent home. Decent home means a big enough size home for themselves, right? Decent. So that means a good house for them. So they worry about if they can earn enough money, they can buy a house and then they can buy a car. Of course, for going coming, you have a family, you need a car, right? Mostly. And also if you can have children or not. But once you have children, of course, you have to spend money for their education, for their growing up and other things, right? So government has to think deeper and make policies, good policies, so that they can encourage young people to get married on time, right? If not too early, at least on time, right? Not 35, 40, huh? If too old, they don't like to get married, right? And then, but one good thing I like about Taiwan is we have very good Medicare, healthcare system.
Yeah,
This is, I think, one of the top in the world. Taiwan has very good Medicare system, healthcare system. So, like when you get some kind of disease or some kind of surgery or anything, you can get help from the national health insurance, right? And when you get kanmao, common cold or flu or fever, whatever, you can just go to any clinic, right?
Yeah.
And then you can check. But a lot of money you have to spend if you are in the USA. The richest country in the world, one of the richest country in the world, I think top 10 or something, USA is. But you have to spend a lot of money. And also they don't have nice housing policy. So they have to spend a lot of, many people cannot buy houses there. And you see a lot of homeless people in the USA, you know, even though this is superpower country, right? Superpower country, and also one of the richest country in the world, but they have homeless many times than mainland China. Mainland China doesn't have homeless people, you know. So it depends on the government policy, how the government rules, how the government tries to help people. So it's all about policy. So here it says here, so when we talk about policy, which is here, here, the government needs to build more low-income housing, right? Communities need more job training programs. So this is about homeless, how to solve the homeless problem. And in Taiwan, we don't have homeless people, but how government needs to make policy like how people can buy houses. Government needs to make policies how young people can buy houses easier, right? And how they can get jobs. And they also need to think how they can encourage young people to get married on time. And also how they can help their children, right? Now we have some kind of policy, I think, when a couple has third child, a number 3 child, they will give certain amount of money, right?
Yeah.
How much?
It depends on the local
It
government.
depends on the income, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the families, the couple's income, right? Yeah, so even that is much better than not having anything, you know?
Yeah.
So this will encourage her. So this is one of the problems about buying house. It's one problem. In Taiwan, we also have people don't like to get married, right? And people don't like to give birth children, right? So we have to, now we know, we can identify the problem. This is our national problem in Taiwan, right? But then we have to also know how to solve the problem. So we have to think the solution, how to bring solutions to this problem, right? So what do you think? If we talk about how to encourage young people to marry on time.
To get married?
Yeah, because if they don't marry on time, if they marry too late, they will have just one child, or sometimes no child.
Yeah.
So if they marry a little bit early, like before 30, that is the best time, and they can have children at least 2. If they don't follow me, I have 4, right? If they don't follow me, it's okay, but at least they should have 2, right? Like Claire has 3, Johnny has 2, Amanda has 2, Polly has 2, right? Oh, I'm number 1, right? I'm number 1, huh?
You always number 1.
So how to encourage young people to get married on time? At least let's say on time, if not early. My daughter married when she's 26 years old. So this is pretty good.
Yeah, pretty
right?
good.
And I'm going to be a grandfather. I will be promoted to grandfather, right? So how to encourage young people to get married on time? I mean, what policies the government should make to encourage young people to get married? What do you say? What should government do? I think